Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. We interview the world's leading apologists to provide credible answers to curious questions. The verse as Christian apologists that we're all familiar with is 1 Peter 3:15. Always be prepared to give an answer or a defense for those who ask for the hope that is within you. But then Peter says, do this with gentleness and respect. Why is it so important when we're giving a defense to not be defensive?
Yeah, and isn't that funny how we all know the first part of that verse?
Yeah.
And we almost will stop right before we add the second part when we're describing to people. And I think that really is, I think a relationship between your confidence and your character. And what happens is, and I see this all the time with people I'm interviewing who are guilty of a crime, is they will find themselves becoming either a fight or flight syndrome. And because they know they're not telling me the truth, at some point they're going to get into that flight or fight syndrome, and their character changes. Instead of just being confident, no, I didn't do that. You can say anything you want, you can come at it any way you want to come at it. I'm telling you, I didn't do that. Well, that's a kind of confidence that is exuded in character. There's no reason for us to be defensive as Christians if we hold the truth. Now, when I see that kind of defensiveness, even with my brothers and sisters in Christ, I start to wonder, are they really sure that this is true? Because if they were, there's no need for us to panic if what we believe is true. So I hope that our confidence somehow was reflected in our character, and then at least we would have calm. Because if you know you're the biggest dog in the yard, you're not always shaking or barking or snipping at people's heels, you just stand tall. And if our ideas are the biggest dog in the yard, if our truth claims are the biggest dog in the yard, we ought to stand that way. Not arrogantly, but not defensively, not viciously, not attacking. We should be calm and just respond politely because we happen to hold the truth.
And I'm so thankful you said this, because one of my pet peeves is when I just see Christian arrogance, especially from those of us that should know better.
Yeah, and I always feel like if that's going to happen, I want to be scolded. I want to be humbled so that I don't become that person who I would be offended by as an atheist. And there were lots of Christians I used to listen to that would be a little bit off-putting. So yeah, I think you're right. Our confidence should be reflected in our character.